Are you good? If not, let's get good. This is Spellweaver Deckbuilding 102, and I'm good. So in the last video, we went ahead and built ourselves a Dominion and Corruption deck, and we tested it out once against a computer AI, which people were not happy with. So this episode, we will be talking about some of the key concepts to keep in mind when you're playing and building decks for Spellweaver TCG, and I'll also be playing the deck against another human being so that we can test it out against someone who's a little bit more savvy than the AI. So before we dive into the testing, I want to talk about some concepts that are very important to keep in mind when you play Spellweaver. Spellweaver, like most of these card games, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It is a war of attrition. So when you play the game, don't be focused on winning as much as you're focused on making sure that you get the best out of every exchange you have with the other player. Now that is based on what type of deck you're playing, but in general that's a good strategy to have. Another good thing to think about is when you're playing the game, if something happens and you're debating whether or not you should play a particular card, ask yourself this very simple question. If I play this card, will it lose me or win me the game? If the answer to that question is no, or you're not sure, it may be better to hold on to whatever card you're considering playing until the answer to that question is yes. For example, saving spot removal to take out a target that is actually going to cost you the game versus taking out their first creature so you can clear the board and hit them. So now that we've talked about that, I want to go in and we'll be looking at some individual cards here because I want to talk about the concept of value and explain what that means in regards to Spellweaver TCG. Value is the concept of how much mileage do I actually get out of this one card. And some cards have built-in inherent value. It's very obvious. Cards like Flesh Sculptor, which basically say when a creature dies, get another creature. Well, obviously that doubles every creature that's out when Flesh Sculptor is out, so that's a pretty obvious value right there. Then there's cards that have slightly more hidden value. Cards like Power Seeker. Now, Power Seeker's value is absolutely incredible. And the reason why it's not so apparent is because you have to spend mana to pump him up and make him actually a threat. But the real catch, the real thing that makes Power Seeker valuable is the fact that he not only has the ability to pump over any other creature he's going to run into, especially in the early game, he also has a speed of 3. That basically means he can interact with any target you want, so he basically becomes like living targeted removal. And that has infinite value. There have been games where I've just entirely been able to control the early game off of the back of one Power Seeker. Now that I've sort of explained the concept of value, I'm going to talk about different deck archetypes, and the reason why value is important for us to explain these deck archetypes is because several of them run basically off of value. So the 3 deck archetypes that you'll see in this type of game, typically, you'll see aggro, you'll see combo, and you'll see control. Now the way that that paradigm works is that aggro beats control, combo beats aggro, and control beats combo, typically. Now that is sort of the paper, rock, and scissors of a game like Spellweaver. That's not always going to be true. In fact, it shouldn't be true if you build a good deck. But those are the 3 main archetypes that you'll see people building. And those 3 archetypes have different mana curves, which I'll be showing you on screen right now. Now, the other concept I want to explain, and this is another one of those value concepts, and it's very, very important, is the concept of 2-for-1s. What 2-for-1s are things where you use 1 card and they lose 2. In any situation. So Flesh Sculptor in its own way is a 2-for-1 because if you kill one of their creatures with your creature and both creatures die, you get another creature and they don't get anything. Cards like Infernal Tribute are an even more obvious 2-for-1 because you simply play it and they lose 2 creatures. I will say this, after having looked over the deck again, there are definitely some weaknesses that I can see just from the get-go. However, our curve is on, so if we do some 1-to-1 exchanges of cards at certain costs, we should be able to round it out. And I'll be doing that in the testing rounds that are coming up. Okay, so I am playing a test game with our Deckbuilding 101 deck against a real human player. My brother-in-law has graciously decided to help me test this since I couldn't find anybody in the queue. So we're gonna take a look at how the deck does. So right off the bat, we got kinda screwed on land. Let's see what we can toss. Okay, so that makes it a little better. So this turn I'm going to play a mana that gives us an ability. I think we can wait on that. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. Alright, so we're still off a color, but we don't necessarily need that color right now. I think the best course of action is that. I'm also going to activate this. Not sure what to send back. I think we'll send that back. Awesome, that's exactly what we needed. Oh, sleep. Fortunately for us, sleep does not affect her ability at all. But it does mean that we can't move her to the front line and use her to block or anything like that. Still not too bad for us. Oh, lightning elemental. Okay, so they just both got put on the top of the deck, and we're about to get smashed really bad. Man, that is some value right there. Holy crap. That's gonna leave us at 8. 7. Nope, not that yet. This first. Then this. Then that. Yeah, I'll still definitely take the better of the two trades. Is that the better of the two trades? I don't think it is. I think this is actually the better of the two trades. Especially since it's not actually a trade. That'll work out just perfectly. I am at 2 life though. I am living dangerously right now. I am at 2 life. It would be very, very easy for me to just flat out lose here. So I guess time will tell whether that is the outcome. But I'm guessing no. At least not yet. Oh, that sucks. What does that do? Did that put them in the deck? Where are you, Landslide? I believe that put them into the deck. Yeah. This is where this game pretty much should end. Yep, that's about it. So I didn't see any glaring flaws in that particular test, which honestly surprises me a little bit because I was expecting a few of the flaws that I found to be glaring in other testing to show. They didn't, however. I am going to make some quick adjustments to the deck, and I will put those adjustments up for you guys to see. Alright, game 2. Let's see if we can recover from our awesome loss there. Wow. The exact opposite of the last game. The entire land hand. Yeah, we're gonna have to send that back. Oh, and then we get land screwed. I love it. Look at that shuffle. Doubles of half of our hand. That right there is a good shuffle. Oh. Okay, that's not terrible for us to lose. I guess we'll just go ahead and do that. And then pass our turn. we are going to be taking liberal use and advantage of Divine Offering this game because we got really shafted on land. Turn 1 charged Aurite, damn it. That's okay though. I think we'll be just fine. Because Pawasika on turn 2 is lovely. We have another level gained, so he's got 2 wisdom levels right now and 1 mana. I'm trying to think of... oh, nope, 2 mana, there we go. Oh, we have an early golem factory. That's pretty good. By just enough. Hey, we got a zombie though. That actually makes me feel bad because I think I should have played these last turn instead. Oh, that's garbage. And that is a fair trade. That trade sucks. But there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Oh, there we go. Do we want to trade there? Just because of speed? Yeah, I think that's a good trade for us. So is this. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. We just got 3 more zombies. Excellent, this is where we want to be at. We're gonna go ahead and throw away a zombie in order to kill something that is a bigger threat. Question is what? That? Yeah, I think we're going with that. And now we will focus in on what's left in the front row, because we can pretty much take out his entire front row. There we go. I'd say that's a pretty good exchange for us. An instant zombie army. And now we'll throw down a Thunderstorm Titan to back them up. Oh, look at that, they're bookend Thunderstorm Titans. Let's go ahead and hit that. And then do some damage. Lots of damage. Nice, we're finally getting in for some pain. This is what this deck is. It's very slow incremental gains to try to get you to where you need to be. And once again, his front row is gone and we get more zombies. That is a very fast artifact. Once again, this is not a terrible thing for us because that's a kind of good exchange. We lose our big guy and we get 3 more zombies. Oh, that golem may be the thing that keeps us from winning the game. Maybe not. We have a ton of mana to use this too. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna totally do that. We're gonna prop her down. We'll pay 2 and exhaust this guy. We'll pop Despina's ability to regain all of our mana. And then we'll take control of this guy. And then we'll just win. Oh, I suppose he could block with 2 of his back row guys. But that may end up... well, I mean, it'll buy him a turn. Nope, maybe not. Looks like the damage is more than I expected. Yeah, no, that did not buy a turn at all. Things did seem to get a little bit better once the deck was tuned. That's it for this episode though, so thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, please hit the like button. If you have some commentary or want to tell me how bad I am, just go ahead and leave a comment, and click subscribe to be notified when the next one goes up. Keep gaming responsibly.